Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about the Nikon 35mm 1.8G DX lens and see if it's the best budget Nikon lens that you can get now. It has a 52mm filter thread. It is an AFS lens, so it does have an internal focus motor. The 35mm 1.8 does have an aperture range of f1.8 to f22. Just getting straight to it, one of the good things about this lens is it's a wide aperture lens, and what that means is that it's f1.8, so you will get really nice bokeh with this lens. You'll be able to blur out the background if you know how to control the cameras with the aperture, shutter, and ISO. So it's actually really nice as a 1.8 lens. So this lens is an AFS lens, so it does have an internal focus motor, and it's actually quite quiet for what it is. But the only problem is if you're doing videos with this, it will be a little loud. You will hear it kind of trying to focus as well. As you can see here, this lens will autofocus on most Nikon DSLRs, such as the Nikon D3000s, the D5000 series, the D7000s, and so on. So you don't have to worry about it not autofocusing on other bodies. So one of the bad things about this lens is just that it's a bit soft, wide open if you're really pixel peeping. At f1.8, it's a little soft. Bump it up to like f2.2 and so on, and it's gonna get pretty sharp after that too. And another bad thing, it's not really bad, but if you're not familiar with these prime lenses, it is a fixed focal length lens, meaning you won't be able to zoom in and zoom out. It's gonna be at 35mm. It's not really a bad thing, but for some, just be wary that this lens does not zoom in and out. It is fixed at 35mm. So there's not too many bad things I can say about it, so that says a lot about this 1.8G DX lens. The bokeh is really nice, and the autofocusing performance is actually just as good as how good your Nikon DSLR is. I have this on my Z6 during events, and it's actually pretty quick for what it is. So another cool thing about this 35mm 1.8G DX is that it's actually pretty compact and light for what it is compared to my 85 right here. As you can see the difference. It is pretty compact, so that's really nice. It's pretty light as well, so it's not too heavy compared to like the 50mm 1.4G or like the older D lenses. If you know someone or you are getting into photography, this might be the best Nikon budget lens out there for what it is. If you find a good deal for it for under what the original cost is, definitely pick it up, especially if you're getting into photography or you know someone that's getting into photography. I would highly recommend it, but just be wary, like I said, it is a fixed focal length lens. So it's going to be at 35mm 1.8, so if you're inside a tight area or tight environment, just be wary that you're not going to be able to zoom out unless you step back. Overall, it is an excellent lens to start out with. This was actually my first 1.8G DX lens that I got just because I saw a lot of reviews on it, and then I decided to get it, and it was stuck on my Nikon D90 for a long time. Even on my Nikon G40, it was stuck on there just because I loved the color quality, the contrast of it, and the bokeh it produced too. It's a really nice lens. And another thing is too, can you use this on a full frame camera? You can, but it will give you like a vignette around the corners. So just be worried about that. You can use it. I've used this on the Nikon C6 and it automatically goes into DX crop mode, which is totally fine. I would definitely use this lens for portraits, for automotive and car shows and such, because I shoot a lot of cars. Indoor photography is really nice because it's the f1.8. If you're doing weddings, I've used this once at a wedding and it's still not bad. You can still get really good shots with the 35mm 1.8G DX. For landscapes, I would say it's still really decent. Put it up to f4 and it's still going to produce really sharp images, especially if you're just putting it online. This lens, for what it is really good bang for your buck. This was my first lens, first f1.8G DX lens that I got from my Nikon. And overall I loved it. I always come back to it for some odd reason. I love the 50, but the 35 is just really nice because it's light and it's not too big and it's not too wide, so it's very compact. I love it, and it produces really good quality images compared to the if you have the 18 to 55 and you have this one, the bokeh is just so much better too. If you have this lens, comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And if you are thinking about it, comment some questions below and let me know, and I'll try my best to answer it. And I really appreciate everyone watching and liking and subscribing. So if you could, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.